Hello everyone, myself is Dr. Amrita Shrivastava. I've done my PhD from Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Botany Department. Currently I am working as a project officer in this EPG Pathshala program. It's my great pleasure to be a part of this program and explain the ecological concepts to you all. In today's module, we are going to talk about ecosystem concepts and structure. Ecosystems can be defined as the units of Earth's surface, which is the whole system along with the organism and the physical environment around it. The learning objectives of this module are ecosystem concept, hierarchy of ecosystem organization, ecosystem boundaries, structure and its functions, and its biotic and abiotic components. Ecosystem concept, the branch of ecology dealing with the study of all the interacting parts of physical and biological systems of the world, is known as ecosystem ecology. The word ecosystem consists of the term eco, which refers to all living things, that is biotic, and the physical environment, that is abiotic, in which they are found, and system, which refers to the interactions between the living and non-living components of the environment. The term ecosystem therefore refers not only to the biotic and abiotic components found within a particular geographical area, but also to the interplay between those components. In simple, we can also define the interplay existing as the flow of energy and materials among organisms and the physical environment. In this slide, we can see the schematic representation of energy and nutrient movement in ecosystems. Energy flow is unidirectional and non-cyclic, whereas nutrient movement is cyclic. Understanding ecosystem. Life exists only in a small proportion of the Earth's land, water and atmosphere. At the global level, the life sustaining part of the land, the sea and the air forms the biosphere. At the subglobal level, it is divided into biogeographical realms. At the national or state level, this forms biogeographic regions, while at an even more local level, each area has several structurally and functionally identical ecosystems, such as different types of forests, grasslands, river catchments, mangrove swamps, seashores, islands, etc. Each ecosystem can be defined based on key features as listed below. How does an ecosystem look like? An ecosystem can be described by its specific features in relation to its surroundings, which may be either natural or human influenced. What is structure? It refers to whether it is a forest, grassland, water body, agricultural area, grazing area, urban area, etc. The different characteristics of an ecosystem define its structure, as a forest has different layers from the ground to the canopy, which affects the community composition from one layer to another. What is the composition of an ecosystem? The different biotic factors, such as plants and animal communities interacting with each other and their surroundings via abiotic factors such as rainfall, humidity, light, etc., form an ecosystem. A few components may be abundant while others may be rare. How does an ecosystem work? The ecosystem functions through various interactions between living and non-living components via biogeochemical cycles and energy transfer mechanisms. Ecosystems are generally real, such as a pond, a forest, an ocean or an aquarium, but may be abstract, that is, in the sense of conceptual models developed from knowledge of real systems. They may be diverse from small to large, terrestrial to freshwater to marine, or field to laboratory, but possess certain general structural and functional attributes which can be recognized, analyzed and predicted. Concept of hierarchy in ecosystems. The ecosystems have been organized hierarchically, that is, individuals or organisms being the basic unit of study in ecology form the base of its hierarchy. The species and populations form the next order of complexity. This is followed by communities. In the next order, the communities existing in environments with particular physiochemical attributes constitute an ecosystem. Thus, ecosystem forms the basic unit in ecology to study the integrated functions of nature. These abiotic and biotic components are linked together through nutrient cycles and energy flows. In this slide, we can see the levels of biological organization from species to biosphere. We can start with species, then comes the population. Population forms the community. Further, it gets developed into ecosystem and finally the biospheres. This is a pictorial representation of biological organization from species to biosphere. In this slide, we can see the individual forms the population, which forms the community. It forms many communities, forms the ecosystems, which forms the biomes, and finally the biosphere. Ecosystem boundary. For conceptualization and study of ecosystems, ecologists define an ecosystem's boundary on spatial and temporal scales, either at local or broad scale. Determining where one ecosystem begins and another ends will depend not only on the physical and biological components of the landscapes, but also in the time frame and geographic scale of concern to the observer. Ecosystem structure. The study of ecosystem ecology progressed. Ecosystems were recognized by their function and structure by Odum in 1953 with an emphasis on integration and interaction. Ecosystem scientists suggest two traditional approaches, those concerned with measuring an ecosystem's input and output relations, flows of matter and energy, and those concerned with specific populations. To discuss ecosystem structure, various approaches exist, but we can best follow the ecosystem taking into consideration first the structural component, second the trophic structure, and third structure in space. Ecosystem structural component can include organisms present, physical materials, that is organic and inorganic of the environment, that is exchanged among organisms, and physical conditions of the ecosystem, water availability, topography, temperature, light, etc. Trophic structures encompass the food relationships between the structural components of the ecosystem, that is producers, consumers and decomposers. Structure in space can be divided into vertical and horizontal structure. Components of an ecosystem. Definitions for ecosystem structure focus on the biological elements of the ecosystem. Ecosystem structure requires recognition of both biological, that is biotic, and physical, that is abiotic attributes. An ecosystem can be divided into two major components, that is abiotic and biotic. This slide shows the interaction of abiotic and biotic components make up a certain ecosystem structure which generally vary over space and time. Biotic and abiotic components of an ecosystem. The schematic of biotic and abiotic components of ecosystem are shown in this figure. Dashed line is amorphous boundary of an ecosystem. These two parts of the ecosystem do not stand in isolation, rather they continuously interact with one another. In fact, they are so closely linked to each other that experts, by looking at the type and conditions of the abiotic environment of an ecosystem, can identify the kind of life that one is likely to find in an ecosystem and vice versa. In this slide, each structural component drives function in an ecosystem, and the different ecosystem functions are shown in the figure. We can see that productivity, the possible ecosystem structures which influence the productivity of an ecosystem are plant specific leaf area, plant gas exchange structures, plant root to shoot ratio, plant leaf or stem architecture, canopy structure or leaf area index, and nutrient use efficiency. Next, the ecosystem function is a decomposition. We can see the possible ecosystem structures like plant tissue chemistry and soil biota are important for decomposition. Likewise, food web length, complexity and connectivity will associate the ecosystem's energy transfer and loss. Another structures of ecosystem like soil chemistry, soil density, composition, atmospheric deposition, weathering, watersheds, leaching, transpiration, food web length, complexity and connectivity will influence the nutrient and water cycling. Next features like stability, homeostasis, niche breadth, overlap, species competitive hierarchies, self-organization or regulation, and entropy, they influence the set of varied functions. Biotic components of an ecosystem. The living components, living organisms in an ecosystem can be classified as either producers or consumers depending on how they get their food. Producers, that is the autotrophs, that is they are the self feeders, can make the organic nutrients they need using simple inorganic components in their environment. For instance, the green plants on land and the small algae in aquatic ecosystems produce their food by the process of photosynthesis. Consumers, also known as heterotrophs, that is other feeders, are those organisms which directly or indirectly depend on food provided by producers. Consumers, depending on their food habits, can be further classified into 4 types. Classification of consumers. Consumers can be classified into herbivores. Herbivores are plant eaters and they feed directly on producers. In a food chain, they are referred to as the primary consumers like deer, rabbit, cattle, etc. Next are the carnivores, are meat eaters and they feed on herbivores, that is the primary consumers. They are thus known as secondary consumers, for example lions and tigers. The third class of consumers are the omnivores. They eat both plants and animals, for example pigs, rats, cockroaches and humans. And the last class is that of decomposers. Decomposers digest the complex organic molecules in dead organic matter into simpler inorganic components. They absorb the soluble nutrients as their food. Some examples are bacteria, fungi and mites. Abiotic components of an ecosystem. Non-living components. The non-living components or the abiotic components of an ecosystem include all the physical and chemical factors that influence living organisms like air, water, soil, rocks, etc. Thus, it is an assemblage of organic and inorganic substances present in an ecosystem. The various climatic factors that affect the ecosystem functioning are also a part of this component. Non-living components are essential for the living world. Without sunlight, water, air and minerals, life cannot exist. Biochemical cycles form the most important component of this system. Some examples of non-living components of an ecosystem include physical factors like sunlight, temperature, precipitation, nature of soil, fire and water currents. The chemical factors are the percentage of water and air in the soil, salinity of water, oxygen dissolved in water and nutrients present in soil. This slide shows the interaction between biotic and abiotic components of an ecosystem. The nutrient exchanges among abiotic and biotic components of an ecosystem are shown here. Ecosystems are not only mosaic in space, but also in time, and the processes in ecosystems are constantly changing in response to variation in environment over all time scale. To summarize this module, we can say that ecosystems are not discrete units, they are interlinked and integrated with other natural systems. The biotic and abiotic components are also an essential part of ecosystems for their survival. Thank you.